Alright my friends, we are going to take this carburetor off of here and going to see, oh, we got to run it through the ultrasonic cleaner. I got too much to do today. I like cleaning carbs, but not today. I might just give it a little rinse like I always do. So I'm just undoing the clamp here. Everything's tight. Having a hard time getting it. Anyway, right there. I'm just disconnecting the gas line. It's hard to do. This is really a tight spot on this one. There we go. Gas line's up. So let's just disconnect the two bolts that hold the carburetor on and we'll see what happens. 1, 2. There's probably one linkage on there. Oh, one more on the top. That's right. Different setup, but Honda's whole, usually you have 3 bolts. Okay, so there's the air filter assembly without the air filter. So that was easy. Woohoo! Gonna have a bath anyway, right? I'm starting to fall in love with my ratchet stuff. There we go. And before I do this, we'll get a container and spill this gas over here. Oh, she's pretty slimy. That's where that green color came from. Excuse me. Now, okay, you can't even see the nut is so corroded you can't even see it. So I'm trying to think of when I possibly worked on this. I think it was 5 or 6 years ago. It might not even have been this unit. I don't know. I'm not trying to hide anything. Oh lordy. I don't think there's any, no, not one of those little holes is, line it up here, wipe it off for you. Not one of those little holes is open. So there wasn't a chance in Hades that this was going to run. I can't see light through the jet. Let's take this. I'm always nervous on these carburetors with the valve. Not bad. Okay, I'm continuing to clean out the carb. Got the cup out, it's not bad. I've cleaned up the bowl. It's pretty good. I'm just doing a quick job because the ultrasonic cleaner is going to finish it off for me. I know that. I'll just squirt. This is an old Honda, so we don't need to do any jet work. Good. Looking really good here. Now I just got to clean up the bowl. Oh, the bowl. The float. Good. All right, I'll be right back. Might as well come with me. Are we at 60 degrees yet? No, we're not. I'm only at 44, so we have to wait for this to heat up. We might as well cover it. We gotta wait. It's only at 44. Okay, valve clearance. It's really tight at 006 and it's acceptable at 005. Now this is at top dead center on the compression stroke, right? But if I take it down to where the exhaust valve is pushed all the way down, or there, do you see, whoops, okay. See that right there where the exhaust valve is pushed down? It should be similar, and it is. Oop. It's a little tight, but gosh, I've never seen stuff get tight over time. And then exhaust is, what is it? 008. I do it in two ways. This is the first way to do it. Make sure that the intake valve is compressed all the way. And we'll see if the exhaust is at 008. Yeah, it is. I say we're good. It's a little tiny bit tight on the intake, but I don't think it's worth mucking with. It's been running like that for a long time. Good. So now we can button that up. Permatex Ultra, the grade that I haven't started yet. Okay, I'll be right back when this is all ready to go. Alrighty, so valve cover's back on. Valves are set. 6,000 intake, 8,000 exhaust, plus or minus 1. But they're right on the money. Oops, right on the money. I've got the valve cover back on with gasket. I used the old gasket and then I put just a film of premium gasket solution around the outside of that. I'm just letting it set for an hour and then I'm going to tighten these up. I've just learned in the last little while to do it over 24 hours and tighten it up. We'll see. Old habits die hard. You know who you are. You're laughing at me right now. And the only other major problem I can see on this one is this loose exhaust pipe, and we don't have drain blocks. One there and one there. Okay, I got smart. There's the other two carburetors. From carburetor 2, I wound a little piece of wire around everything that had something to do with carburetor 2. They are similar, but I'm just being careful. And now we're going to stick this carburetor back on machine number 1. This is our clean, reassembled carburetor. But I'm thinking of doing a fuel purge. Fuel purge and scary tank inspection. So let's pull that fuel out of there. Can't be that empty already. Oh, it is, by the Lordy. Okay. You're not going to believe this. Look at that. Perfect. So I'm just going to sop up the rest of that old fuel out of there. And we'll go to plan B. I know there's a filter there, you gotta be a little bit careful. There it is. Gotta make sure it all comes out. Holy! That's about as good as it's gonna get. Alright, carburetor's on. And when you put these covers on, you have to get these two little tabs with the holes lined up to the choke and the on-off for the fuel. And that's it. And the only other problem I've got is installing the vent hose onto the right there, sorry, the vent hose onto the valve cover gasket and the 3 bolts. So if you could be so polite as to just watch carefully, because I didn't explain that very well. Okay, let's put some goat juice in her. That should do it. Okay, turn it on. Alright, here we go. Gas on. Choke. On. Let's see. Oh, hey, what's up? Alright, so it is pumping a little bit of air. I just blocked those 2 holes off where there's no bleed offs at the back of the tank there that I showed you online there. And so it is pumping air to some degree, and we just have to go to step 2. I believe the main problem is this brass pipe right there. You can even see the loose threads right there. That's where it's leaking from. I'm just going to assess the situation and see if we're done for the day. Hi guys, Bruce here. Alright, next step on this compressor. We've got the engine running good. Needs an oil change, but we'll change the oil in the compressor and we'll change the oil in the compressor and we'll change the oil in the engine at the same time. Right now the 2 air drains and water drains, same. I just took off one of the other machines and I'm going to be building a list as to what I need for the final, to get the last machine going. So I'm just going to stick these oh, there we go. I'll show you this in a minute. I'm just putting Teflon tape on the valves. These valves turn on and off like that. So there you're draining your air. Oh boy, it's a little gooey, eh? Maybe it won't work. Let's just have a look at this other one. Oh, that one's smooth. Okay, maybe it just needs a little bit of lubrication for the nation. This one's banged up. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. There we go. Ah, full of crud, as usual. Be right back. Well, look at this. Oh, they come right apart. Good. Everything comes apart. All right. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands and then we'll install them. It's always fun to try and do this in front of a camera, but if you roll this with the direction of the thread, that's what everybody says, you'll have it. Now, I'm left-handed, but I try and hold the piece in my right hand. So the thread goes this way, right? And as you tighten it up, it folds the Teflon tape in. Just do the other one, and we should have 2 sealed tanks. So there's only one, oops, we've got to dry that off. There's only one, from what I can tell, there's only one major problem with the brass on this one, and that's that main line that goes from the compressor to the tanks. Okay, so let me just, I'll show you where these are being installed, and you don't have to watch me finish that. But right there, there's a drain right there, and that drains the air and the water out of the bottom of that setup right there. So here we are now back on the unit itself. The two compressors compress the air, the two compressor heads compress the air into one output. There it is right there. And that pipe is loose. See that? I think that's a no-go. So I'm going to take it off from this end and the other end, and we'll just see if it's damaged or anything like that, because I think that's the only thing holding us up from doing our functional test. Not the final test, but the functional test. Alright, I just showed you this piece. It's a 7/8, and I'm just going to take it off and inspect it. It might just be loose, I have no idea. I don't want to get into the switching mechanisms because I'm not a pumps and pressure guy, but I will if I have to. Always put your head back when you're taking something apart too. Good. Alright, now I'll do the other end. I might have to take the cover off. Yes, I'm going to have to take this cover off of here. So 1, 2, 3. And then we can inspect the belt too. That looks like a 1/2 inch. There's the double I'm trying to take apart right there. And that's should be able to remove the whole tube then. It's not playing with me. Man. There we go. Aha. Okay, what do we got here? Oh. Should tighten up. There's a seal there. Anyway, I'll just turn you off. I got to get my hands cleaned a bit and I'll be right back. Okay, this is it. It actually looks good. I think there's a seal on both sides, even though there's a slight amount of rocking there, but I think we can tighten that out. Both sides. It's just really hard to get at, eh? So I'm going to put it back on and then I'll bring you back. Alright, I got the cover off so you guys can so I can get at that. That's all. The only reason why I took that cover off. Yay! Okay. We might be able to fire this up. Now let's tighten this one up. I'm going to leave the cover off until the very end now. There. You can feel it's getting tight now. Okay. So now the only other obvious leak to me, which I haven't pointed out to you guys yet, is the two tanks are plumbed together. One output comes out here to this guy right there. Now this is the outlets that he wants to use, but I don't have any of these. So I'm just going to put one of mine on for now, and I'll come back for that. Alright, it's the next day. I had to stop after I did this valve here on the output. And let's go through the unit. We think the motor runs. We've seen it run once, right? Needs oil changed. But that's it. Even the air filter is good now. This throttle cable goes all the way under this tunnel here and comes out the other side to this air activated plunger. So when the pressure drops in the tanks, this relay or pneumatic relay operates, pushing forward on the cable, just like wanting more throttle on a lawnmower, and it actually activates the cable from there. Maybe you can see in there, maybe not, but you're getting the idea. Zoom, zoom, right? I robbed from the other two units. This is a review. I robbed from the other two units the, where are we? The shut-off valves. The regulators here. I reseated this, but it still seems loose, so we'll see if we have a leak here. We'll see if we have a leak here. Might not. This air stuff's kind of strange that way. And this is loose, which I'm not happy about, but when we get going, I can put a strap around there, right? Do a 1/4 inch tap or something, my favorite size. So, I know. I'm going to stick this on, because I have never fired this up before as far as the air is concerned. Okay? And air is probably one of the more dangerous things you'll deal with in a garage, shop, whatever. So let's do this. We're going to start the engine and really monitor this. I need to get, hold on, I'll be right back. My mind is working. I know, what the heck, eh? This is a valve with 2 males on it. I'm going to stick it in the output so I can control maybe how much air is released. So now I can control the air, eh? Open, close. So now we need a little bit of soap. That's good enough for now. We got a leak from underneath. Oh, hey, it's one of our drain valves. That's great. We can even buy new ones of those, right? Good. Okay, I'm going to just drain this air off of here and we'll go for the third go. That'll do. We're down to ounces now. Let's do it one more time. Are you with me? I'm gonna run around with the shield up, right? Oh, Lordy. This guy wants a little choke, eh? we'll come back and we'll drain the oil out of the main body, and we'll run it a couple of times to heat it up again. Hey, the guy with the biggest hand wins. Thanks, guys. This is the day after. This one's done. It's the Eagle. I don't know what number it was during all of the repairs, but it's the only Eagle. The other two are the Jennies, Jenny 1 and Jenny 2. So I should probably just go through it quickly with you. This one didn't take as much, but it took a lot of adjustment. I had problems with the throttle. So, air filter on the engine, cleaned. Nope, new. Repaired the rewind. All three of them got repaired rewinds. Oil change in the pump, oil change in the engine. New outlet valve right down here. Adjust the throttle. The pressure change for the throttle adjustment is down here, and then it's a standard wire conduit cable back over to here. You can see in there with that, right, where is it? That little clamp right there. So yes, it was, that's where I spent the majority of my time, and on adjustments. So before we carry on, let's do it. I'm going to start it up. I'm going to start it up and we'll see how it goes. So choke, on. Now the throttle dropped back. Now watch the throttle. Zoom in. Right there. There we are. Cool, eh? Now, everything's pressured up and there's no leaks. On this one, it's the only one, because of the head design on the compressors, that on every compression stroke, once it's powered up, it leaks through this little what do you call that? Stainless steel muffler, they call this, and it just bleeds off the air. The air has to be bled off somehow when it's idling. So this one is done. Yay!